Hi there, JCC. This is Tunic. I am recording my first vlog. I don't know how this will turn out. I don't know how long I'm going to talk for. I don't know if you're going to find any of this interesting, but I might as well try. I spent money on the cheapest possible webcam at Wally World, so, if this thing doesn't work out, it wasn't that much of a loss for me. It was only $30. You can always return it. Anyway, I hope that for all those of you who celebrate Christmas, that you had a nice Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a nice day yesterday. If you didn't have a nice day yesterday, that sucks. There's not much I could do to help that, obviously. So, it could always be worse. Remember that. It could always be worse. That noise you might have heard in the background there a couple seconds ago was our pet Chihuahua. Lucy, right here. She's about a month and a half old. My brother, there she is, bought her about 2 weeks ago. Not long after our previous pet, Cleo, had died in late November. I was a little apprehensive about getting a new pet, but, I've warmed up to this dog. She's very cute, very friendly, so I'm glad my brother bought her, and you were right, Amy. He should have bought her, and he did. So there you have that. I also would like to thank anybody, because I know you guys are out there who follow my quotes thread that's been going on since 2006. It's almost New Year's, maybe time for another quotes thread, I don't know. I always think, this could be the end of it. Screw it, it's had a nice run, but we'll see how I feel on New Year's Day. And speaking of New Year's, I know a lot of people don't care for New Year's, but it is my absolute favorite time of the year because it's an excuse to party, to get drunk, to be happy, and who could argue against that? It's the beginning of a new year, and although, of course, every year brings sorrow, tragedy, and bad events, you always start on January 1st with good thoughts, hoping that things work out for the most part on the new year. It's like spring training in baseball. You know, for the most part, that your team will more than likely not win the World Series when spring training starts, but we like to start with that optimism, and that's what I like to do on New Year's. Plus, my entire life I've watched the New Year's countdown with Dick Clark, the ball dropping Times Square. I like that a lot. It's a little thing I like to watch every year, even if I'm at a party, drunk out of my mind. It's a habit, so I gotta do that. So I hope that I'm able to do that again this year because unlike years past, there will not be there's not a set party yet for me to go to. Past couple, about 3 to 4 years, I've hung out with friends at various parties on New Year's Eve, but unfortunately this year, a friend who, excuse me, who usually throws those parties has moved up to San Jose, so he's not going to be in town for New Year's. He'll be up there partying it up, so I'm going to have to, excuse me there, sorry for the burps. I'm going to have to find another party to go to or stay at home, which won't be the most terrible thing in the world. It's a Laker game that night. I could always go on the internet, but although I'm not the most social of people, as a matter of fact, I tend not to like hanging out with a lot of people. New Year's is one of those rare exceptions, which I do, and hopefully I could find a party or an event to go to on New Year's. So, so that I don't just spend the night drowning my sorrows or hoping for something crazy to happen at midnight. So, we'll see what happens with that. I also, if I may have mentioned this before earlier in this vlog, I forget. It's been about 4 minutes. Been drinking a little bit tonight. To thank anybody who's followed my Dumb Quotes thread all year. I know it's not the most popular thread. It's not the greatest idea in the world, but I've been doing it since 2006. A lot of people, or some people, like it. There are readers. And, time will tell in a week, obviously, whether or not I'll continue it for 2011, but we'll see. If I don't, it had a nice run. If I do, I'll go through this whole process again. People saying, oh, this thread doesn't do anything, there's no replies, and then me worrying, oh, should I close it or not? Should I not close it? But it's a process I go through every year, and, we'll see. I also would hope, and, well, not pray, but hope soon that the move happens, because apparently we're supposed to have moved. We're going to move soon. The data hasn't been converted yet. And the only reason why I really care is because, there'll be new features on the boards. The aesthetics might look a little different, and I'm waiting for that to happen. I want that to happen. Who doesn't want that to happen? If something's announced, nothing happens for a while, begin to doubt whether it happens. But, I'm pretty sure that this time, unlike the 2005 fiasco, that will actually move. And I know it'll happen, but, there's not something concrete I can think about, or talk about for this vlog. I've had different ideas for the past 40 minutes now of what to say, what not to say, but, I'm just almost free-flowing at this point because it's nearing my bedtime, and I'd rather not talk on end all night because I could do that if need be on a lot of topics, like the Lakers playing like shit right now. That performance yesterday on Christmas was pathetic. It was horrible. They played like it was a game against the Clippers. They played like it's preseason. Why should we care? But oh well, Most of you hate the Lakers anyway. There's no point in divulging too much about that now. There's plenty of time to talk about the Lakers and all the other stuff I care about that a lot of people don't like in the future. So, I hope that this vlog has been entertaining for anybody. If not, oh well. Nothing is perfect on the first run. For example, when my parents had their first child, it was me. And obviously I'm not perfect, so, oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this. If you didn't, sorry. Have a good night.